for map 3, the decider in the series. Starting of the group, so winner of this to the upper bracket, loser down to meet Kingwin. Winner TSM, I should have mentioned that as well. Either way, we are going to see, I would expect, a pretty good game. I don't know if VP can bounce back from what has been a close series so far. Both games have been actually down to the wire.
Well, last time I casted these two on this map, VP definitely had the upper hand. They looked much stronger on Overpass, especially on the T side. It seemed like Navi didn't have a response to what they were doing. I mentioned it before, is the VP B execution that seemed to lock down Navi completely. They didn't know how to hold it off whatsoever. It was a pretty simple wall of smokes with Molotovs flushing out key positions, but VP ran it about 5 or 6 times in a row, and it really ruined Navi. And I'm sure they're going into this one, they may have learned their lesson now and know how to counter that, but it was a huge problem for them. But hopefully we'll see a bounce back from that.
Yeah, from Navi's perspective, I think it really comes down to Guardian a lot. Him being able to just bring a lot of chaos all around the map on CT side, with that op along towards the balloons and the birthday party area, even down to the connector, and all over the map. I think that's going to be a thing where if you wanna really slow down your opponent's play, you want to have that opper just be all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely, that's the thing where going into this round, you need to really work out how you're going to handle the response to the pistol rounds. If they start force buying after losing the pistol, for example, and they don't give Guardian that AWP on the first gun round, lose that round, and then that's how it spirals out of control, right? It just becomes very difficult for you in that situation. We saw Mousesports do it at the major. Like Chris J wasn't even able to get an AWP until the very last round because their economy was just blown up the whole game. So it's one of those maps that CT economy does need to be managed correctly. And
Twitch is still favoring with VP, and if that's the case, you and Twitch would be correct. 2-1. Not2 and I are already out of it.
Oh, well.
Now, we also have a knife for sides, so this will change the pace.
Especially with the casting as well.
Oh, right? God, don't make me do it.
You love doing it. You like the attention.
And it's
okay, maybe.
And it's past midnight here, too, so it has to happen, right?
Mm-hmm. I've been awake for almost 24 hours at this point. It's great. We're doing awesome.
There we go. The new roller coaster effects.
This one's a... What?
This is crazy. Whoa.
Didn't even think we were going to make it through that tunnel at the first point. Take a look at the graffiti, and ooh, it came out of the pillar almost with the symbol. It's fancy schmancy. Favored side, Navi, pretty good with smoke execution, similar to Mirage. Any chance we can see them get quick plants on A? What's the counter? Obviously, standing in the corner by the truck on the entrance is the most common spot to counter out default, aside from potentially getting a Molotov on, which is almost impossible to bounce, at least that I've seen, into a correct enough position to prevent the plant. What's the counter to it, other than a forward, really aggressive defense?
Yeah, that's what I was pretty much going to say, is like you really want to start off with early aggression and try to make sure that your opposition is spending a lot of nades, flashes, and stuff before they're actually doing that commitment to go into the site. So smoking off the toilets in that short area aggressively, making sure that you're just making the teams more uncomfortable coming in before they're doing the actual attack.
Henry, thoughts from you? Which site do you prefer to attack onto?
What, just generally?
And generally.
I like this map because it gives you options, right? You obviously have the BX being one of the few maps you can actually just go and do a set piece straight away as a T side. It's actually very strong. And the CTs have a very difficult time, and you can force them actually to start pushing and gaining information because they're getting so locked down by that. But generally, the key is go to middle, clear it out, see what the CTs are doing, whether they're being aggressive, get some control along, and then most of the teams here will do the wall of smokes. Obviously on a lot of maps, wall of smokes is the way. Get the bomb down, that's the key position, and then you work the post plants. It's similar to train in that respect. You can just get the bomb down very quickly. It's just a post plant situation where you have to make sure you capitalize on. But the thing about this as well, CT can rotate between the bomb sites so quickly. You need to, if you are going to do fakes and lurks, you need to make sure you've got an idea of what's the one you want to
I just wanted to point out that Edward owns a gun that has both Neo and Taz's signature on it. So showing some love for the bros.
The bros.
Yeah,
well,
respect for the opponent.
As Matt mentioned, we will be going into a knife round this time. It's obviously the third map.
I don't even know if I can do it at this point.
Okay. Maybe we shouldn't cast it then. Maybe we should just have complete silence, just so you can regain your composure. You just have a quick sleep, micro sleep. I think dead air is illegal, so we need to keep talking.
Illegal?
Yeah.
In which country?
In the UK and radio it is, at least. So maybe you should be doing it.
I mean, sometimes silence is good. But if Dead Air's a problem, then Knife Rounds will take care of it, and already they're going to come back into it. So looking good for Virtus.pro right now as they pick up 2, but it's answered back by Na'Vi, and another trade goes the way, but Virtus.pro back in the lead with only Zeus to go, and Zeus trying to right-click away. Can't get it landed in time, and that gives Snacks the round. Virtus.pro the side choice, and I imagine that that side will in fact be CT.
Of course it will be. So VP heading onto the CT side. Like, Overpass isn't one of those maps where you can just say, oh, it's a completely one-sided affair. It depends on the matchup, and it's normally pretty contested as well. You don't even see that many, like 13-2s, for example, these days, especially at this kind of level.
Not since the map first came out, we haven't really been seeing that.
Sure, like now it's kind of balanced out, especially if people are aware of what the CTs do. You'll see a lot of aggression from VP going into this, a lot of stairs control, making sure they try and get the early frags and some favorable positions early on. But Neo as well, obviously, will be the AWP player, taking that role on from Pasha. He'll be kind of rotating that between the A-bomb site, middle, going towards B, Monster Tunnel occasionally just to get some more info, but the pistol is underway. A lot of teams will opt to go towards B here, chuck 2 smokes down in upper, maybe towards short as well, and then just go onto the site pretty quickly. But we can see that's not going to be happening this time. We can see 4 sets of armor there. The raid boss is going to be Edward, and Tech 9 and armor there, but let's see what they're going to bring to the table as they go in to the first round on the third map, 1-1. This is going to decide it all.
Curious to see what Snacks is up to, as he dropped out a decoy on the bench beside himself and sat there waiting, hoping that it would actually bait them to his position. Confidence in his shot. Meanwhile, mass damage dealt upon Pasha. 4 HP left as he got gushed in the head and no head armor
Snacks, though.
to prohibit that.
Snacks doesn't realize how much information he has. He's going to let them actually go onto the A-bomb site. Comes behind them, though, just in time. What can he make of this? Gets clear shots on everyone, but missing everything and not going to make anything of that whatsoever.
That could have been so beautiful. Finally hits one shot, but imagine the one tap came sooner. Either way, it works because he's distracted them all. They all go toward him, and suddenly the backstab cap comes from the front. If that makes any sense at all, a bit of a paradox, but we're into a one-on-one as a result. And it's not clear-cut just yet. Edward is lower on HP, but if he can outthink Snacks and hit that one shot, he can bring it back down. 2 HP versus 19. Next bullet wins it, and that next bullet is from a Tech 9.
Well, there it is. Snacks in such a great position for so long. Came in for the backstab. Didn't really make much of it at all, but like you said, gave enough distraction for Neo to pick up 2 huge frags there. Came down to a one-on-one in the end, but Na'Vi pick it up, and that's huge. And we talked about that CT economy control. That's not going to mean anything to VP as they pick up 2 scouts going into this one. Force by on the other guys, pistols, armor, and it's going to be a difficult time for Na'Vi. They need to make sure they take this very methodically. They either execute fully onto a site or work the picks very slowly. Let's see what approach they take here.
Neo. Scout gets shot at. That'll invite him back out as he wants to use that range and still can't land that shot. Blood on the wall behind suggests that he did. That would have gone through, I guess, the edge of the cobblestone, because Seized is down to 69, no less. As it is Na'Vi to respond. Finally, Pasha putting out a P250 shot, but Edward just sat back with the AK. Doesn't allow him to get too close. That's enough for me, dear boy. You shall not come anywhere near my personal space, as Edward will close out the round now on to Snacks as well.
Yeah, getting just 1 kill on that force by setting VP on the back foot right off the bat. It's going to be a hard round next one as well, considering there's not going to be any money for an op. Not a lot of grenades to work with once again, so that's giving Na'Vi a lot of room to work with.
Yep, and they're going to be aware of that as well. You can see Flamey getting the Mac 10 there, enabling him to establish the entry position role, getting into the bomb sites, working out what the CTs are doing, giving away that Mac 10 against unarmored CTs isn't much of a big deal. You can't do much of that against armored Ts, but you see some positional control coming from Snacks. Will make his way into the stairs area, but the T's taking this very slowly, clearing out each area together. Edward and C's picking up frags and making it a 5-on-3 now. Another one comes in their favor. Neo and Pasha are going to be the last men remaining. It's going to be towards the B bomb side, but it's going to be a pretty easy cleanup. And Pasha will be your last man remaining. Just lurking around now, seeing if he can find a single frag here. Only has a P2000 in hand. And this should be over within seconds now as Zeus gets that area, shuts him down. Pretty clinical stuff from them.
Here we go, though.
Here we go indeed. But like we said, this is exactly what I was talking about. You go into this first gun round on the favored side with no AWP, it means Navi are going to be auto-aware of this. They'll probably do something very fast, get into B-bomb side very quickly, perhaps. Full-on rush, splits through Monster Tunnel on short there. Definitely viable considering the guns they have right now with Galil and stuff.
In a situation then where they could afford this op in the first gun round, would you rather have the op toward the A long, or would you put it in B right away?
Well, if they did have the AWP?
Yeah.
I normally prefer to have it towards A long just because it means you can have one player there instead of having to invest two.
Okay.
But let's see what they bring to the table here. You can see not that much aggression shown from the CTJ. We have got one player that's going to be snacked in the stairs area, just trying to get intel.
Bombs dropped all the way back toward T stairs as well. And look at Edward, Guardian, Flamey already up toward that bathroom connector. You talked about not having an op there, not getting that information. Neo does pop out. Edward thought it was already checked. Neo turns around, great awareness, can't find the third, unfortunately. He's just not that quick, but quick enough to do massive damage. Flamey brings it back, though, by taking down Pasha. Meanwhile, your solitary player that came in toward B, seized, is gone. And Snacks will take away Guardian as well. It's left to Flamey, and oh, look at this. Snacks all the way pushed up. He knows the bomb's there. Flamey's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, it was a great lurk from Snacks, pushing that stairs area, getting up the ladder, finding a T with his pants down there, getting the bomb as well. And it's going to leave Flamey in a 3-on-1 situation. He's not going to be able to win this, but if he can find a frag, that'd be great. It's to grind down that CT money. You see him rotating now. Still has some time to play with, but Snacks will be waiting for him at the top of the ladder. Should be taken care of pretty convincingly there, but that's VP's first round on the board. Obviously, we talked about them not having an AWP, but that doesn't matter to Neo. He found two great opening frags there in the bathroom area. Nice little lurk onto long A, but obviously Navi having enough money to buy into this one, considering they had such clean rounds.
Yeah, talk about impact frags here. That second one as well.
Oh, that was huge.
I mean, the 4-on-4 CT side is definitely favorable for the Ts. 4-on-3, however, that's going to make a huge difference.
They'll put the bomb in the same position now as well. Guardian, Edward, Flamey, same raiding party, same plan. Different approach. Not all the way to long, but still working in toward that bathroom connector. Watch for Snacks. He's already gone through mid-stairs, pops out, taken down. Guardian finding him, but it's an equalizer because they'd already lost one before that. In fact, they've lost two, as the man who does the damage, Guardian, goes down to the nade from Pasha.
And as we spoke about this before the match started, CT side, you want to do a lot of early aggression here on A side, and VP's been really good at it so far.
That's a huge frag from Z, stepping up once again there. He should have been taken down. Pasha should have capitalized on that situation, but a nice 180 kill from him puts the T's in advantage all of a sudden. 3-on-2, Bialy and Taz going to be your last man remaining. They're actually going to both be on the A bomb side. They're going all in on this. You can see the bomb actually rotating away as well.
Well, and this is the thing, but do they get information now that Bialy's there as well? They're still bringing it in that position, and now that Bialy's got that kill, here it is. Yep, switch back over to B. Take no risk, but Bialy's reading it perfectly. He's aware of the situation as well as he's not seen any more activity. Smoke comes out on the window. Does Bialy try and go through it? There's a slight gap. I don't know if he hears the plan, if he can line this up. Man, it would have been magical. Instead, it's Seized who just waits for him to come out on the balcony and sing a morning song.
So it wasn't any sort of tactical advantage they took there. It was just C simply just stepping up and getting those two huge frags in the middle. Pasha should have taken him down in the back there, perhaps. That's the touchdown grenade we saw into Guardian, but then the next two frags that came after that, these two here, you can see opening frag, and this is where he should have died. Sees it, getting shot in the back in this situation, turns around, bang, headshot, wins the round just like that. And now he's going to put the CTs after winning one round. They force forward again, scouts 5-7. That's exactly the problem I was talking about. They get in this game with their force buying every single round. They're going to be in a world of pain going into the rest of this half. But they have committed to this. Edward taking down Taz now, 5-4. And they get down 2 frags as well and actually make it 3. Huge plays from Edward. And it looks like Bialy and Snacks going to be the last 2 men remaining here.
And Snacks still hanging out toward these mid-stairs. Can't do much from that range with the P250, and unfortunately, his chosen hiding place is already occupied by Na'Vi. You find Bialy now as well. 5 rounds T-side, and a stretch in the economy working out really well for Na'Vi, so Virtus.pro find themselves behind on the side they chose.
As a coach, Natu, when you were behind your team seeing these decisions being made, what would your advice be at this stage? Like, would you recommend them force buying almost every single opportunity they have?
No, I would have face-palmed if I
yeah.
Face-palmed. You just see Natsu behind his team on stream. Just
definitely not force buy in that situation. I mean, come on. Even like you know, save. I think they would have managed a pretty good buy on this round if they would have just saved that. And they obviously didn't even have a proper game plan. They were just running aggressive and getting picked apart.
We saw Edward pick up 3 frags last round, picks up the first one onto Snacks, but Pasha does shut him down now, and the CT's falling back, showing after that initial aggression. Flamey takes down Pasha as well. They're just going man for man here, pulling the CTs apart one by one. Zeus takes down Neo, and then Taz will be waiting on the bomb side, but he gets executed as well by Ali. Got to be the last one, and now Navi 6-1 on the T side. We talk about this being a CT favored map, but when you're down 6-1, you've got to find what's going on. You've got to neutralize the problem. So far, I talked about it before the game. Economy management on Overpass is one of the most important factors. And if you find yourself in this sort of rut, I think just taking a pause would be a good time right now and working out what they can do to get back into this. It's looking pretty dire for VP right now.
Yeah, I mean, there comes a moment when you just have to realize that it's just not sustainable. It's not working. So yeah, you either do a save or do even a double save to make sure you have an op or even 2 ops, and just, you know, because it's just not working this way.
It's not even going to work out to find an exit kill. Potentially pick up a rifle as Seized will take down Bialy. Looking at the stairs where he was lurking already. It's 6-1. Guns will come back out, and still we've not seen the op. And we will not see the op.
It's not been an option.
Exactly.
It's been crippled buys for VP throughout the first 8 rounds.
Well, here we go. How do they choose to approach it? Very aggressive spawns for Snacks and Pasha, who both head toward the bathroom. Snacks already down into the stairwell. He'll be confronted, no doubt, with Edward and Zeus, who have also made their way down, but he actually deploys a smoke and falls off of it. Meanwhile, Bialy tries to fire through Monster, also smoked off.
It seems like Navi will be setting himself up for an actual set piece here. You can see them. First time we've actually shown this tactic, this map, but I think this will be the perfect play, to be honest. Look at the utility. VP have to hold them off. What can they do once they show their presence onto the side when they come through? They just have to rely on their aims, but getting flushed out by the T Molotovs and smokes be a very, very difficult state of affairs for them.
And the issue now is that they're also bringing Zeus and Edward over toward construction. So even though Bialy and Taz have a dual-man system set up to cover off Monster, they're going to have to cover off multiple angles, which means it'll be mass confusion and will require perfect communication. But they're being slow about it, as always, Navi. Calculated. Seas goes through first, a little bit overextends as he gets in well ahead of his teammates, and therefore no one able to refrag, and no call. How do they not look to Bialy? They know he's in that corner, and Bialy, he's able to pick up 3-4. Does he get the ace? So close. It's left to Zeus. I'm surprised that transpired in that fashion. Zeus may not be done with this.
What was that?
Neo says he is. How do you not call after 5 seconds that Bialy's still there?
They have to be more tired than we are.
Yeah, they must be. That's crazy. Like, running through, one player going down, you think, okay, that's a one-and-done position, right? You're not going to do much more than that. So let's see how this one goes down. Takes down the first player there. You think, okay, we work out where he is. The def cam's still on at this stage as well. And Flamey's not even thinking about checking that position. He's just running through. So you've got to just question yourself what the common situation is for Navi in that sort of play. But it doesn't matter now. We go into the 9th round. 6-2. VP clawing back now. Still no AWP for them, but getting some more information by Ali.
Yeah, look at Snacks. Look at Snacks as well. So far out already on A. They'll be able to swarm on top of Navi's positioning. Zeus wants to work up toward the stairs. Just check out. He's not going to push all the way up, but just check out to make sure there's no one hiding in the corners. Snacks is found. Edward gets him. And that opens the map back up, because now Edward can work toward the playground. And unfortunately, Pasha's forced to go more passive on that A site, because if both get caught out away from it, then the defense are in a world of problems. And they turtle up. Look at them all. 4 players now in the entire back 10th of the map for Virtus.pro.
We talked about these 4-on-4 situations favoring the T's, and that's definitely true going into this one. Very small amount of equipment available for VP here to hold off any sort of terrorist assault, but we can see there is some aggression shown from the Pasha up towards the bathroom area, waiting for Zeus. This battle's going to be very important. We can see he's going to get some confrontation right now, and that frag's huge. He needs to stay alive now, and he's done enough to secure this round, hopefully. Let's see how it goes down now.
Pasha in the corner. Spotting. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Flamey goes down. Bomb's dropped. 16 seconds. Say goodbye to the round, Edward. Potentially say goodbye to the AK. He's going to try to hold on to it. As he lines up down the back stone wall. Doesn't matter which way they come, he'll have the crosshairs pointed. Here's Pasha coming, takes down the gun.
Needs to make sure he stays alive now. No time left, and he will
That's
have
even worse.
money going into the next round. So that's Edward. But the economy's pretty healthy on the team overall, so they still can buy this one. It's not the end of the world for them.
And Edward, luckily, was still one of the high-valued players, so he stays with 57.50 after that.
But finally, VP seems like they're waking up 2 rounds in a row. That's the most they've strung together this whole half. And we go into round number 10. It seems like they will be showing that aggression once again towards middle.
Super aggressive. Neo's going to go back toward the bathroom connector where he's played several rounds. The last time we actually saw him there, they pre-flashed it. They knew he was there, anticipated it. And there will be pressure not only in the lower tunnels where Zeus will take down Snacks, but also at the front of bathrooms. And Neo has gone full passive right now. Again, a single pick, and look how much it changes the formation from Virtus.pro.
Yeah, they're just losing a lot of map control just out of that 1 kill. They have absolutely nothing.
And the bomb, by the way, is still dropped back on T-stairs. Now it gets brought back as Pasha, passive-aggressive, I guess you could say. He does reach forward from his own bomb site finally again.
Yeah, it's smart play. It's a good. He's regaining ground.
And I love this now because he's also in behind them. He may not know that they're still in bathroom. Ooh, this could be fragile. Because if he calls that they've left, they rotate over too soon. Bomb's still back at stairs.
Oh.
They are going to go in and get entries on B. So now the issue is, if Edward continues on to B, Pasha could cut him off halfway there. So there's still a chance here for Virtus.pro. Neo finding the kill on Flamey. Just makes the situation that much better. Look at Zeus, though, meanwhile. As Pasha takes down Seized, Zeus will get Neo. He's lurking in from the A side. He's gone behind them. He's got the window. Pasha turns back. He's wise to it. And then snaps back around and finds Edward as well. Make it 3 now, Henry. They're continuing to add to this string.
Yep, absolutely. And that's one of the bigger ones to win as well. We can see a pause coming in. And I'm actually going to be from VP. I expected that to be from Navi after those 3 rounds. But that's actually a huge round to win just because you look at the Navi money now. The first time they've actually been... Sorry. Little sneeze there. Brought into the action.
Death in the studio.
Yeah, sorry. And then we can see Navi's money actually being affected very heavily by that round. So hopefully VP can string together and keep this momentum going after getting 3 in a row. But we will be taking a small pause here. Just to mention as well, we still haven't seen that orb from VP. Guardian's been wielding it a few times, but no reply yet from VP. But right now it seems to be their setups are working. They're finding early frags, so why not? Let's see how they approach this next round. It looks like we will be ready to go underway. Maybe a small technical issue here.
I mean, but that was a good showcase of how you sort of have to take a bit of risk after you lose that entry at SCT. Because I think the worst option is to fall back to the site and then have no knowledge at all. And that will give Navi or the T side in general just so much room to work with. They can do whatever with you without you having any knowledge whatsoever. So Pasha's play there where he dared to do a bit of a push towards the short A area. Just that was basically what was the difference maker. Had he not dared to do that, it would have been a completely different round.
Yeah, I agree. As soon as you lose that positional control as a CT, you need to be finding kills in other areas. You need to be making sure, at least clearing out positions just so you have some intel. If you find a frag, that's perfect. That means you've got your team back into the round as well. And that's exactly what Pasha did. But now, it looks like we're ready to go back into this. It's going to be round number 11. We're currently at the scoreline of 6-4 in favor of Navi. If you're just joining us, this is the 3rd map of the series. And this is obviously a very influential map because we have... This is the PGL. It's the upper bracket. You stay in it. It's how the group stage works.
Exactly. And TSM's already made it through, so winner of this map, not even series at this point, because it's all come down to this. Plays TSM, loser, Kingwin. We've emphasized it. We get back underway. Edward says he's sorry. Twitch chat, you decide. 1, if you agree and you accept his apology. 2, if that is unacceptable. And we will not permit it ever again.
Or just put some 1Gs up in the chat.
Summon in the pit.
Yeah.
Summon in the pit. Oh my God, it's Summon in the pit. We're paused again because Summit's in the pit.
That's right. Summon in the pit.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Without fail.
Oh, that's funny.
And it is Edward Crash. Poor old Edward. I hope he didn't hurt himself when he crashed.
Just going to leave that one out there.
Yeah.
God, some awful one-liners from you tonight, I'm afraid.
Dude, every night. Are we kidding?
Tonight's been a whole different breed of jokes.
I don't, really?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty normal.
11-11, that's where it kicked off.
I love it. I'm going to Google this. Tweet at Henry G and not to if you know what 11:11 wishing hour is. Here's Google. I already have it on the screen because I was going to show you later. There you go. Wishing you. Make a wish. How to wish at 11:11. 11 steps. Go figure. It's a palindromic number, man. It's the only full palindrome with 4 digits on the clock. It's significant.
Just never heard of it, mate.
Sorry, mate. Not my problem, mate.
Am I Australian?
I don't know, mate. Do you have a pet kangaroo?
Oh, God, it continues. Anyway, now finally the game is underway.
Thank God.
And we can see that Navi, like I said, that round really did break them. They actually have forced into this, though. They've got P250 and armor as well. They have got enough for next round, about 1,500 average across the team. But here we go. Not much being shown so much at the beginning right now. Seeds leading the charge in the mid area here. Just trying to find out where the CTs may lie.
Neo again looking to use the bathrooms to his own advantage. Flamey, he's already found a kill, and now it sees these pistols are working well. Pasha's going to get caught at no man's land. They're all going down. This is falling backwards against Virtus.pro, who should have this. Thankfully, Taz will line them up, but there's still a man down. And Seized has made his way beyond the truck. It's left to just Taz. He has to ace this just to win it. He almost gets the 4th, but can't do it. And Navi will get number 7.
Interesting round there. Didn't really favor Navi at all into that buy, but suddenly 3 Tech-9 kills came into the frame. I guess that's where the VP just isolated themselves in those kind of situations and not being able to crossfire. But here we go. That's actually going to knock VP onto an eco themselves. Very back and forth game. We've seen this across the series so far. Interesting stuff. But of course, VP actually being a little bit more sensible this time, not opting for full armor, getting P250s and a deagle. And C's is trying to cause some attention towards the B-bomb site now as his team feel out the long area.
There's no party at the playground. Flamey doesn't want to share the sandboxes. Guardian now will take down Snacks. No one wants to be friends right now on Navi, excuse me, rather. As the pistol's unable to suffice. It's a matter of time before this expires because there's no one really home on A, just one individual player. As we can see in the X-ray, the 2 players at B are pushing in behind, hoping to do economical damage, I imagine, at this point because the A site's up. It's open.
Well, it's 5-on-2 situation now. Bomb does go down. I said the CTs didn't invest too heavily into this round. A couple of P250s could be Taz and Boyali. Just trying to work out any frags we can. It's worth the risk. Haven't really got much to say. Seeds does take down Boyali, and then Taz has spotted him. Does take down Seeds as well, but he will be disposed of by Guardian. 8-4 now in favor of Navi. And this round is pretty huge now. You can see Boyali hasn't actually got any money to play whatsoever. It'll be a famous for him, presumably.
Or a UMP.
Or a UMP. P90 actually very viable on this map. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, it's not a bad buy from him, I don't think. And depending on his position, we see Flusher do amazing work with the P90 on this map. So let's see what Boyali can do. He's going to go up aggressive in the long area, going behind the rock.
Oh, look at Neo. He's super aggressive. We haven't seen him go that far, and maybe that's why. The flash came over. He tried to get that initial shot on a Guardian. Not to be. Pasha does the same. They all go down.
Okay.
3 players get that aggressive, and none of them get a kill. Navi is walking all over VP right now. Snacks is able to salvage some personal dignity, but what can he do for the rest of his team as he brings the bomb back over to A? Edward's going to realize that bomb site's open. And Zeus will take the battle with Snacks. He's not scared.
It's going to be a very difficult situation now. Taz, 1 decoy and an M4 in hand. I'm not really sure he fancies his chances either. And we'll have some confrontation now with Zeus. Should be able to get this frag actually. As he does, headshot onto Zeus. Takes it down to a 3-on-1 situation now, but bomb will be planted by C's on the A site. And now, you know, Taz with no kit in hand and 3 frags to find. Probably be looking for a couple of exits here as Navi looking very promising to take the 9th round here.
Yeah, VP just falling down like dominoes there. There was no situation where any of them could trade frag in those situations. which caused the that unfortunate situation from VP's standpoint, leaving Taz here saving a 9-4 scoreline T-side on Overpass. And money on VP's side is not anything remarkable.
It's nothing to write home about, that's for
No,
sure.
Not really.
Well then, round number 14. VP, no money whatsoever. They are looking down the barrel of 10 rounds in favor of Navi on the T side of Overpass. Wouldn't have called this. I think VP would have been better off going on the T side myself. I think their T side's phenomenal, but needless to say, we're going to round number 14 now. It's going to look like Navi will be taking this one, seeing as how convincing these rounds have gone down so far. A big stack towards middle from VP. PT50s once again, 157 on Snacks. They'll just be trying to find some frags here, but they're just going to have to hope that Navi walk into their crossover.
So far, it
Actually
is working
happens.
out, yeah, because Snacks is able to take down Edward. Taz finds Flamey. And speaking of the flames, it has to be Zeus just waiting a couple extra steps for them to extinguish. That allows the escape of Taz back into the A site. Guardian, though, getting the shot on Snacks. It's responded. Pasha again, but now maybe their luck has run out because Neo far away toward the B site. Where's the bomb headed? It's actually way back toward the playground, so he could catch this, but he's making so much noise that CS hears him coming.
There we go. Pretty convincing round from VP. Got the first 2 frags there. We said they had to walk into crosshair, and that's exactly what Navi did. Gave them those kills on a place almost. But here we go then. Round number 15. And it's going to be a full buy finally from VP. As we mentioned this whole game, they haven't had an AWP once this whole time because the economy management has been so poor from them. Difficult situation for them, but the round that's going to define them all, can VP get the 5th on the board and possibly salvage his game?
Deep smoke. Guardian just decides to fire right back through it. He already had it lined up, so if someone wanted to peek with the smoke, he'd at least do damage on the cross, but no one does. Ultimately, wasted bullets. Justifiably so. Therefore, not a waste.
Well, the CT is not showing as much aggression as they have been in the past. Falling back to the bomb sides now. You can see they tried to get some early information towards the long area, but just falling back to the bomb side now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Navi actually employed a wall of smoke strat here just to flush those CTs out. Just considering they've got so far up long here without any sort of real battles going on. Probably justified for them that smoke goes down, but Snacks is going to get great vision through that. I'm not sure whose mistake that was. The smoke wasn't great, and Snacks has got a free kill for nothing there.
He needs to be careful in this position, though. He needs to find a way to get out of here without taking too much damage, and he's just going to go for it. That's the correct play, but now what can his teammates do? Pasha is the next one in the line of fire. Tries to come out, massive damage. Snacks now, who's shuffled over to the left. Finds Zeus as well. So a good start to the round, and like you said, that little gap in the smoke contributes so much, has such an effect, as Pasha now is going to shut down the rest. So 2-2 between Snacks, Pasha. Not Bialy, that's for sure. He's gone. But it is another round. Bomb plant impressively for C's, but another round here for Virtus.pro, who will bring the half to 10-5. Only 5 rounds CT side.
Yeah, not good at all, and they can only blame themselves for all the force buying early on, putting themselves in a very bad situation when it comes to their money management. Like Henry just pointed out, they had an op once on this half.
Yeah, but they get the 5th round on the CT side. I think that's one they definitely had to get. They didn't give themselves a fighting chance here. Pistol going to be so huge here. If Navi do take it on the CT side, we know they can be brutally strong here on Overpass. So Guardian especially, he will be running an AWP here. They won't make that mistake on this map. They know how influential he can be on this map, moving around every single area on the map, going towards middle, going towards long, monster tunnel, even facing off short sometimes as well. So watch out for him. This could be a huge round in the context of the game. Let's see how VP are approaching this one. Nothing being bought yet. We can see definitely it's going to be a more methodical approach. You can see a Molotov and a smoke being bought. Taz has got a smoke as well. I don't know, and a Zeus as well for Neo. Interesting buy for him on the pistol. Not sure I would recommend.
That's why. We just heard the sound effect.
I just wanted to get that off.
Yeah, apparently
Okay.
they're $100 during the updates. So.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I know, right? Yeah, because I was thinking it's like a silly investment. But someone tweeted saying they're $100 during this celebration phase, as the party popper has already gone, but the party's just beginning as Seized is going to get 1+1. Zeus gets the kill on the other. Pasha Taz to respond, but there's still a man down and a lot of HP gone on Pasha. The same can be said for Guardian, who has just merely 15. And look how passive the defense forced to go. Again, still with the advantage, but giving up no more to Virtus.pro. So Crossfire, I take that back. As I was looking at the overhead and I see now it's actually Window. For the second player, I believe to be an A, is Seized, as we see again now. We'll be able to be in that swing position now, knowing it's on B. He'll drop into the site. Does this plant end up successful? Because there's a player over by Monster, and Pasha's gone down trying to get that peek. Neo not planning it. He wants to take the fight. He knows they're on top of him, so why plant? He's still got 30 seconds. He can do as he pleases. You're not the boss of me. He's got 92 HP, and he's going to go cleverly back over to the A site, making this damn interesting, because if he'd stuck that, he was dead immediately after.
Well, he will get the bomb down in this situation. It's going to be very beneficial to him. The chances are he's not going to win this round. As I say that, though, he does take down Guardian. A slight overface there. Very clever play from Neo. Showing his caliber there.
Yeah, this is incredible stuff from Neo. Looking to just close it out. We saw him do it on Train. He came so close in a similar situation with similar numbers, and it's the same result. I spoke too soon. So unfortunate with Neo. He only picked up 2 this time, unlike the 3 on Train, but high impact the whole time.
Yeah, he's been so good tonight with the mid-round, mid-clutch play. So clever in getting himself into such great positions. Just missing out by a millimeter every single time. That Kelly on the Guardian was so smart. Baited out the plant. Guardian took the bait completely, got taken down. Came down to a 1-on-1. That would have been a huge clutch for him to win and got his team back into the game. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And what's VP going to do here? Will they force buy once again? Or will they be looking into AK-47's next round? I think they, for once, will be taking that option. And that's a very smart choice in my book. But Navi, as usual, no SMGs for them. Full rifle setup for them. We have got 5 P250s in the hand of VP as well. Looking for a few frags. A couple of flashbangs as well to potentially execute onto a bomb site.
Pasha with the bomb leads the charge. It's Guardian looking long with the FAMAS. Spotting 1 indicates that high probability of them being A, and in fact they are. Snacks now getting a FAMAS almost for free. It's risky to grab, but it gives to Pasha. Instead, Nade, it's a touchdown. Snacks, his job more than done though, as he has 2 kills on this eco. And being clever yet again with strategy. They get those kills. Sure, we can go A. That's where they were playing, but the rotations will arrive at the same time. So back over to B. B seems closed, though. Flamey doesn't want anyone near it. And he'll have his way. 12-5 now for Na'Vi.
It's huge plays from Snacks at the start, getting 2 huge frags into the A bomb site. I'm not even sure how that went down, but impressive stuff, none the least. But Flamey answering back with 4 very big plays. I think we see a replay of that play right now. This is something he had to do. He needed to make sure he locked down this ascension onto the bomb site. And he stopped the bomb going down as well. So very impressive stuff from him. And we go into round number 18 now. Like we said, the AK-47 is coming out. And it looks like they will be setting up there's the frags are coming in thick and fast. Edward taking down 2 of his own. That's going to be Taz and Snacks locked down. 5-on-3. This is looking very promising for Navi now.
Pasha gets Guardian. At least something in return as Virtus.pro. Very, very forward play from Neo. Spots the jump. Just the scout to see what's going on. Not the literal scout weapon, but the recon man. Neo's taking damage from all angles. This is a ruse, though. If he can stay alive... Okay, he hasn't. If he could have stayed alive even 5 seconds longer, perhaps, it could have put Pasha in a great position to plant this bomb. And look, he's walking right now.
Yeah, needed to get
he
in
has
now.
The sight.
He needed to go react faster. Now the CTs are starting to realize he had the chance to get in fast to get the bomb down. I don't know why he's still walking. Like, if you've got to get in, just get in now. But
yeah, look, Window's already, yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Not to be. 13 now for Na'Vi, 5 for Virtus.pro. It was back and forth on Train. It was close on Inferno, but right now it's not looking close at all.
Absolutely. And not getting the bomb down once again. It's going to be another round you have to favor very heavily into Navi's court, but the PT50s were very strong for snacks last time they did this. Can they recreate that similar sort of magic? 4 flashbangs available to them. It looks like they're actually going to be going towards a long area perhaps, or maybe towards middle. Maybe utilizing flashbangs, but CT's playing this perfectly, keeping it very long range, very passive here, not giving anything away in terms of mid control.
Flashed, forced back in behind the truck, but popping out at the right time. Able to get 1 plus the assist. Guardian's got the other 2. And now it's Flamey to come in. We're left with just Taz, and we're left with potentially just 2 more rounds.
Well then.
We will have guns come back out. Or will we? As I look again, yeah, we will. I looked at the wrong team.
Silly you.
Oh, silly, silly me.
But here we go, round number 20. 14 on the board for Navi here. You can see them in a great position. The economy's not completely as strong as I would have thought. They got 7k on Zeus. The rest of the guys sat around 2k, but they want to shut this down now. You can see this is the full buy for VP. I wouldn't be surprised if they did their full B set piece that I talked about so much and heralded as one of the strongest in the game. Let's see how it goes down. Looks like they may be setting up for that actually. Snack takes down their first kill onto Edward, make it a double as he gets Zeus as well. 5-on-3 situation in their favor, and they will continue to do that execute as well. We talked about how this can be so stifling to a CT setup. Flamey waiting there, manages to get 1, and it's going to be 2 for him as well, but it's going to leave Guardian in a 3-on-1, and it's a perfect round for VP. And if they can keep that up, maybe they have a chance of clawing themselves back into this. Looking at the money as well for Navi, they're going to be force buying this situation, and maybe we do have a chance of this getting a little bit more competitive.
Now or never for Virtus.pro. Break the bank.
They did this, Sevo especially, they did this execution time and time again on their T side. They just didn't care. They didn't think there was an answer for it. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually just kept chucking it in. They know how strong it can be, especially against when you've got a force buy on the CT side of Navi. They've actually got 5 players towards B as well. Guardian taking down Taz, opening it up. This is going to be a really exciting round.
That's with the pistol, no less. As look at the wall of smokes, though. Like you said, on top of this B site, they don't have the confidence, though. They aren't going to push through Monster, even though they've got the access point. They're actually going to take it towards Sandbags. That's where Seized is waiting. Well, you said that they didn't think there was an answer for it. It appears as though there is.
Stack all 5 players on the site, and that is your answer. And Guardian opening up the fragging there. Flamey gets one of his own, but Bialy taking down him, and they've got to get a massive task here.
I like how Seized and Edwards started the rotate to A, thinking it was inevitable that they would as well, having lost so many in the entry. And to their bemusement, perhaps, VP were still trying to go into B.
So I talked about it, Steve, that round happening time and time again, Navi getting shut down for it. I think they probably realized that was going to happen again, saying, okay, guys, instead of just letting them do it 5 times in a row to us, let's just stack there, take the gamble with this round. And you can see now they're on series point, and they forced VP on to a force buy. Neo with the scout, a couple of pistols there, a Galil. This is where they want to end it now. They don't want to give VP another lifeline here. Just close it out while you have the advantage. And you can see 4 VP players again heading over to the B side. I think it's just going to be the Hail Mary play, run into B, hope for the best. And let's see how this goes down for them.
Well, it may not go anywhere for them. Look at the amount of smokes on Sandbag and Monster. They're now going to dissolve, but the minimap was just a gray cloud. Different angle of attack. And they're still trying to sell it with just Bialy because the ball, meanwhile, has gone back to the playground. But Na'Vi, perhaps the preemptive strike, have already rotated back in that direction. Seized now checking out the window, but Edwards slowly pushing up toward long. 3, 2, 1. Spotted. Killed. Yes. More. Indeed. And they line up massive damage onto the third player. Not to mention the second kill. Taz down to 16. It's a 2 versus 4. And Na'Vi may just wrap this series up and move forward to play against TSM.
Yep, I think it's just inevitable now. Bialy going to be the last man remaining. Hanging out towards B here, and he's going to be shut down.
Interesting.
Almost certainly.
There it is. Interesting fact is that neither of these teams, Na'Vi nor Virtus.pro, were able to qualify for last season of PGL's LAN. This time there's a decent chance that one of them will, at least if they can get out of this group. If TSM wins this, then they've got to do it from the last chance qualifier, and then it's all to play for. So We'll see.
Then, that was a really good series, actually. Of course, I was right. 2-1 in favour of Navi.
Of course.
I don't think I was right. I think I said 2-1 in favour of VP.
You said VP.
Right? So that's actually thrown out the window completely.
What does that say?
I was actually being smoked with the wrong reasons there. That's quite funny. Well, there we go. You took the bait, though. I could have gone with that.
Ending with the right note, are we?
Well, there we go. Navi do bounce back.
Well, I mean, I think it was actually convincing on Overpass. I really like, if you think about VP, like you said, you brought up the Sivo point where they actually had Navi's number, but if you think about the issues they've had in the past, let's go back to March. Star Ladder, they're playing against TSM. Horrible first start on that map.
Sure.
Things were awful. It was actually A executions that ended up working well for them, and they made the comeback against TSM, but it was still shaky. It was more the other teams making mistakes that allowed that to be possible, specifically TSM having the curse that they had back then, the choke. I never really was sold as much, again, until you brought up the Sivo game, whereas I've always liked Navi's execution with smokes. I think they're a very good team at utilizing them, and I think this map favors that in a lot of ways.
Well, I predicted before the game, I said if your CT economy gets ruined, it's very difficult to get back into an overpass. You're forced into a lot of difficult situations. We can see just a quick look at the scoreboard there. Sees Edward Flamey stepping it up for Navi, and it doesn't really look like anyone really went that big for VP. Pasha getting 16, Snacks getting 15. But let's have a look at the heat map now. This is where it'll get interesting. We can see where the contention did lie. This is the T side, remember? So we see Navi there getting so many kills towards the middle area, locking down that aggression from VP.
And not only that, it just goes to show that Navi dominated their half, whereas VP
didn't have a lot going on there,
we didn't have as many rounds, to be fair. It was over. How many rounds? They won one round on the second half out of 7. So we only had 7 rounds versus 15. So, yes, there's going to be less bloodshed, but significantly less bloodshed.
Absolutely. And you can see that the kills are the biggest area towards B, as we predicted. That was going to be an area contention for them. The one round they did win was over towards that side, but very convincing for Navi. And I think it was just VP playing against himself once again. I talk about it all the time in this sort of level of CS.
Well, it is going to be Flamey that is the MVP as he steps up. God, he looks tough in that photo. Gorgeous. 23 kills, 13 deaths, 7 assists, 1.94 KDA. Not bad for a map 3.
Not bad at all.
Edward had the most first kills by a long shot, too, when you look at that graph. I do enjoy these comparisons because you can at least figure out who's who. Pasha had the most deaths. The biceps were not strong tonight.
Well, we know what's coming up next. The best part of the show. So.
Yeah, well, we won't get there just yet. I think I'm confident. I'm going to just sit here, let you think about it for a moment.
Think about what exactly?
Your loss.
What, you know that's coming?
I don't actually, because the second map kind of went away from me.
To be fair, I invested heavily towards Kingwin. That's why I went.
You did,
there.
and I had 2 TSMs, and they both won top frag. No, Dupree top frag the first. I didn't have him. Not to. You're staring at me blankly. What are your overall thoughts on the series this evening?
This second match was definitely a very back and forth affair where the last map was like sort of weird when it comes to just the way it felt to me like VP just sort of threw it away.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it feels like they were playing against themselves at one point. Like, just making horrible decisions, not allowing themselves to build up any momentum.
Do you remember the round on CT where 3 players pushed? Yeah. And it was like one died.
One.
Okay, I'll push.
Yeah.
Okay, he died. I'll push. Okay, we're 3 dead now. Like, that was ridiculous.
So, here we go. I think we are ready for Vulcan. And my team is up first, as always, because we know that's always the losing one. So,
confidence is the best feature of you.
So, let's see how this one went down. Here's my name, Henry G. Follow me on Twitter. You can see the link there. Why not? It's a fun place to be while we wait for the...
Depends on what happened the day before. Sometimes it sucks.
It's true, actually. It'd be a world of depression sometimes, but...
Oh, the page isn't loading. You might just get bailed out. I'm sitting right here until I see a victory.
So it's only me and you tonight, isn't it?
I don't think Natu's team, because there's a time limit. Basically, you can't change your pick after the game goes live, and the live slot on Vulcan is when they schedule it. And if you go even within, I think, 2 minutes of that time or something, it locks.
I feel like I would have maybe even had a good team going on for me.
I feel like he
There's
did.
always tomorrow, Sam. Don't worry. You can come back.
There's another day to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently, we're going to cut it. We'll get the update. We'll let you know tomorrow where we finished. Maybe I'll even no, I'm not going to tweet it. I'm going to go to bed. Maybe I'll tweet it. Either way, thanks so much for joining us, guys. I never know which camera to look at. I think it's that one right now. So, yeah, I mean, good day at Counter-Strike. We do have TSM now going to be playing against Na'Vi. Should be a decent battle by all means. And
Hopefully
Kingwin,
they can bring their in-game leader back as well.
and
That'd
we
be
all
nice.
that would be nice. We
That would
also
be
have
helpful for them.
Yeah,
we also have the 16-0. Never forget, Kingwin's playing against VP.
that's interesting. Never forget. I don't think anyone has forgotten, but thank you for reminding us.
Well, if no one's forgot, I haven't reminded you.
You kind of have. You're suggesting people might have forgotten.
I'm gonna just leave it there. We're gonna walk. We're gonna call it. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Anything of that whatsoever.
That could have been so beautiful. Finally hits one shot, but imagine the one tap came sooner. Either way, it works because he's.
They had 17 rounds.
Yeah, talk about impact Frank here. That second.
She's down in the back there, perhaps. That's the touchdown grenade which was the Guardian, but then the next two frags came after that. These two here, you can see opening frag, and this is where he should have died. Sees getting shot in the back in the situation, turns around, bang, headshot, wins the round.
Calculated. Seas goes through first, a little bit overextends as he gets in well ahead of his teammates, and therefore no one able to refrag, and no call. How do they not look to Bialy? They know he's in that corner, and Bialy, he's able to pick up 3-4. Does he get the ace? So close, falling backwards against Virtus.pro, who should have this. Thankfully, Taz will line them up for this at the same time. So back over to B. B seems close, though. Flamey doesn't want anyone near it. Behind the truck, but popping out at the right time. Able to get one plus the assist. Guardian's got the other two. And now it's Flamey to come in. Left with just Taz, and we're left